Change happens when we step beyond of our comfort zones. Hi, I'm Franny, and welcome back to Decide Being, a podcast about self-development, self-growth, and ultimately taking control of our life. Today, we will have our first snack-sized bite episode. What do I mean by that? I mean that every other episode, we will have a short one that is more practical, where we can actually try to implement or gather tools to start implementing what we have learned in other episodes. Since in our last episode, I talked about my experience and how the stepping stone of my journey was to be more intentional and to start being more self-awareness, I thought about practical tools that we can use for starting doing this. So I want to share two specific tools that are very simple but very powerful to actually start building self-awareness and connection. By the end of this episode, you'll have practical tools or practical ways to check in within yourself and to help you feel more grounded and calmed. The first thing I want to say is that there are 40 degrees in Melbourne, so I probably will start sweating like a pig at any point because I'm already sweating. So yeah, that will happen at some point. All right, let's dive in. The first tool I want to share is what I call the self-can check-in. It's based on Maslow's pyramid or hierarchy of needs. That, for the ones who doesn't know, is a psychological theory that explains human motivation through 5 levels of needs. It starts from basic survival needs like food and safety to higher aspirations like love, self-esteem, personal growth. It shows how meeting foundational needs allows us to focus on reaching our full potential. In other words, we cannot expect to be emotionally or spiritually fulfilled if we don't focus on our basic needs first. So, I created this methodology connecting Maslow's needs and the minor arcana in tarot. And some questions we can make to ourselves to identify how are we feeling today. And I recommend you start doing it once a day, during lunchtime, for example, or in the middle of the day, because that way, if your day is not going great, you can actually do something about it. Change the course of your day or change your mood. At least try, right? You can do this scan intuitively. What I mean by that is that you just need 2 minutes and you can just think about these questions that I'm going to share now. Or my engineering inside me is saying, let's register. Because the mind is so fragile. We forget how we felt yesterday. I forget what I ate today for lunch. And maybe I can find patterns that I can resolve after. Let's start reviewing my pyramid. It has 4 steps. The basic one, similar to Maslow, is called body physical. And that is related to the Ace of Pentacles. Because the pentacles are related to the physical world, what is tangible, what is mundane. And the Ace is an opportunity for us. So let's take the opportunity and question ourselves these 3 things. The first one, how does my body feel? Tense, relaxed, or uncomfortable? Second, have I eaten, hydrated, or rested enough? And 3, Does my body need care, like movement or stillness? Think about this, think about your morning, and just try to have a couple of concepts to recollect what has happened to you today. After we thought about our physical vessel, our body, we can go to the next step. That will be our heart, our emotions, and that is represented by the Ace of Cups. And I will use these 3 questions. First one, what emotions am I feeling right now? Am I angry? Am I at peace? Second, do I feel connected or in need of connection? That means our relationships. That could be people at work, that could be my family, that could be my friends, that could be my partner. Did I have a problem with anyone? Am I at peace with all my relationships at this moment in time now? And the question 3 would be, is there an emotion or situation I need to address? Is there anything you feel that you need to resolve? We checked our heart. We will go now to our mind. And that will mean check our Ace of Swords. Why? Because swords talk about communication, clarity, and mind. I will ask myself these 3 questions. What is my dominant thought right now? Like, do I have an obsessive thought? Is my mind at ease? The second one would be, am I clear-headed or overwhelmed? And the third one would be, what can I do to ease mental clutter? That means my mental mess. Do I have a lot of raging thoughts right now? And what can I do to change that? And the fourth and last step would be the energy or spirit. And that would be for us the Ace of Wands. Why? Because wands talk about action and energy and our self-love and self-esteem and the way I see myself and what moves me, what makes me feel passionate. So the questions I want to ask myself are, how are my energy levels? High, low, or neutral? Second, what inspires me or excites me right now? Do I have anything that is making me feel motivated? And third, is something draining my energy that I can release? I hope these questions resonate with you. It's not necessary that you read these questions every day. If you want to, that's great. You can just try to acknowledge once a day what is happening first with your body, second with your emotions, third with your mind, and fourth with your spirit. I would love us to start registering this. Why? Because information is gold, especially if it's about ourselves. And for that, I have a gift for you. My engineering mind created 2 templates very similar to the one we use normally in projects for our regular check-ins. And the idea is that if you like to write down stuff and you do some journaling, you can use the weekly one because you would have more space to put your thoughts in there. And if you don't like to journal as much, you can have the monthly one where you can just write down a couple of concepts of how are you feeling today in these specific items. As you can see there, we have 4 columns that represent the 4 steps that we just shared in the pyramid. And then, as you can see on the side, it says RAG. That means red, amber or yellow, and green. This is like a traffic light. So if we're green, we are great. If we're amber or yellow, we are there but not quite. And if we're red, we need to take some steps to change this. So you can print this and maybe put it in your room somewhere, or maybe have it in your bag and write down each day how are you feeling. And then at the end of the week, I can check my week. But also at the end of the month, I can check and say, okay, this month compared, for example, to last month, I had more green days. So that means I'm doing more stuff for myself, right? Are we clear on this? The people that is listening in Spotify, please go to YouTube and check this, or go to my Instagram and you can ask for these tools as well. I really hope this tool resonates with you. It's actually very helpful for me. I want to start using it more often because sometimes I forget. So maybe we can build this community and support each other in using this. Maybe someone can send me a message. Hey, remember this lunchtime, you have to do your self-check-in. I definitely will do that for you as well. Now, for the last part of the episode, as we normally do, we will do a tarot dynamic. I will use my oracle cards today. I want you to think which of the 4 areas, the body, that means the pentacles, or the emotions, that means the cups, or the mind, that means the swords, or the spirit, that means the wands. Which area do you think it needs more support right now for you? And I will grab a card and we will check what advice the universe has for you in this specific area that you chose. It says, emotions are running high. The supermoon, it's a rare one, and that is normally a positive sign. How to address or to resolve this matter is right in front of your nose. And you don't need to go very far or to invent the wheel. Find the answer in the simple actions. Start small and you will be successful. You need to take action, and if an opportunity is presented that can help you to resolve this, take it. A little warning though, you can expect your feelings to be more highly charged in regard this solution. So be patient with yourself. Thank you again for coming back to this episode. I hope this practical new way of the podcast is helpful for you. My name is Franny and my Instagram is Fran Diaz Leon _ and this was Decide Being. I hope you have the best rest of the week.